Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm the host, T Money, and today I'm going to be doing my game recap on the Bulls and the Nets. This was a Thursday night matchup. Both teams split the season meetings 1-1. The Bulls come into this game 27-38. The Nets come in 22-43. Now, the Bulls are on a 3-game winning streak. This is their second 3-game win streak of this season. Last one they had was around December. Ayo is out for the season with a shoulder injury. Lonzo Ball messed up his left wrist. He's still out. Josh Giddey rolled his ankle in the last game. He's still out, dealing with them ankle problems. I did see him early in shooting rounds on Thursday, so let's just hope that he has a speedy recovery and he'll be back in this lineup. So the starting five consists of Tyus Jones, Kobe White, Kevin Huerter, Modest Buzelis, and Vucevic. Now in this first quarter, I noticed Vucevic was in the lineup, and I did not like this. I feel like the new additions of Tre Jones, Kevin Huerter, and Zach Collins have been producing very well without Vucevic being in that lineup. You know, we all know he's a liability on defense. He slows the game down, playing inside the post. And anything he does is just like it's not benefiting the team. It's only for his own benefit and stats. So that's just the first thing I noticed in the first quarter. Like, I really did not like having him back out there on the floor. You know, the Bulls' game plan should revolve around stopping their two primary ball handlers in Cam Johnson and Cam Thomas. We both know Cam Thomas is going to get some shots up. And we all know Cam Johnson got a burner. So coming into that first quarter, I was just hoping, like, man, I hope these guys really just lock down, pay attention to detail, and don't let these guys go off for a 30, 40-point game, because they're both capable of doing it. Both great ball handlers, both great scorers. The Nets come out hot, going a 9-0 run early in the first quarter. We had to call a timeout. Unfortunately, we didn't have Lil Josh out there, so I did kind of notice it was a lack of playmaking. Wasn't nobody rebounding and running, working towards our strength. We got a young group that know how to get up and down the floor. We wasn't pushing the ball in transition, so that kind of played a part in why our offense was so stagnant and everybody was just looking lost out there on offense. It was too many second chance points. There's a lot of second chance points in that first quarter. Like I said, Vucevic, he just stands around. He's not really a rebound chaser. He's like the rebound just falls to his hand. That's how he gets his rebounds, because he's standing right under the rim. He's not a rebound chaser. He's pretty much a liability on both ends of the floor. So they was getting off to a great start. The Nets was getting off to a great start. Then, you know, our bench came in, kind of picked up the offense for us. 2 threes made by Patrick Williams caused the Nets to call a timeout. So that was a good sign that our bench came in and got our offense going. And the Bulls take their first lead. They went on an 8-0 run after Julian Phillips hit a 3. And a guy named Tyrese Martin was having a great game, man. He couldn't have been on the scouting report, because the way that man was scoring, it was ridiculous. Somebody had to get a hand up and guard this guy, Tyrese Martin. He was an exceptionally well three-point shooter, scorer, ball handler. You know, he was coming off screens. He was catching and shooting. He was really having a good game. The Bulls had 14 bench points in that first quarter. And the Bulls go into the second quarter up 31-30. Now, coming into the second quarter, I noticed the benching of Vucevic, and I kind of noticed how Zach Collins plays, like, in the flow of the offense. He kind of like a handoff, pick and roll handoff type play. He knows how to play drop coverage in the pick and roll. He really knows how to play, you know, the big man position. And I kind of noticed that, and I really feel like Vucevic needs to be coming off the bench, because Zach Collins can run with this young team. He's not trying to play out the post. He can finish with either hand. He can shoot threes just as well as Vucevic. So I don't see why we're not starting Collins, and it's kind of messing up his rhythm. I'm not sure if it's messing up his confidence, but his rhythm is kind of getting thrown off that. But he's still an exceptionally well player. I love the pickups we have in Tre Jones, Kevin Huerter, and Zach Collins in that trade for Levine that we got. You know, the Nets called an early timeout due to the Bulls kind of finding their rhythm. Like I said, you know, the dribble handoffs, the rebounding came in, the bench came in and did their thing. You know, I really like how Kobe White is stepped into that role as the scorer. He's not really like a playmaking type of guard. He's more of a scorer, so I love to see him getting in the lane, getting the ball on the break, rebounding, running, shooting three. I just love to see him just score the basketball, because he's really good at it, and that's his strength. So Huerter and Tre Jones also was in a good rhythm. Huerter was still in a good rhythm, shooting threes. You know, the more minutes they both get, the more effective they can be. I know that Tre Jones is a pass-first playmaking type of guard, but he's really stepped into that second or third option after Kobe White and Lil Josh. So, you know, the Nets was also having some success, having good ball movement. They assisted on 14 of their 16 field goals. They was having a great night. They got off to a great start. And Vucevic got back in the game, and he kind of just slows the game down, trying to play out the post, and there's just no effort. He watching the ball come off and just staring at the ball. Like, bro, go get the ball, man. What are you doing? And I don't like Vucevic in that starting lineup. The Nets come out and they go 6 for 12 from 3 in the quarter. Cam Thomas started to heat up in that second quarter with 12 of his 15 points coming in the quarter. And this was a part of the game plan I was saying. You stop him, you stop the Nets. That's literally the guy that takes the most shots on their team. So, you know, the Bulls had 48 straight games with 20 points in the second quarter. You know, the Bulls are known for getting off the slow starts in the first quarter. Second quarter ended up picking it up. So that was a good thing. And the Bulls' weakness all season have been interior defense because of Vucevic. That man don't play a lick of defense. He stares at the ball as it bounces off the rim. I'm not sure what the game plan is or why we still got him, but I really, really wish they would trade him. And, you know, that's just been our weakness all season. The lack of interior defense, the lack of rebounding, kind of. And the Bulls are going to the half down by 3, 65-62. So at the half, Kobe White had 15 points. Trey Jones had 11 points. Kevin Huerter had 10 points. And Cam Thomas had 15 points. Zaire Williams had 11 points. Tyrese Martin had 11 points off the bench. That is crazy. They need to get a scatter report on him. So for next time we even play dude, we already know what he's capable of doing. So coming out in that third quarter, Buzelis had a crazy dunk. And the Nets was just out-rebounding us. Man, they had 10 offensive rebounds by the time it was the third quarter. It's just, I don't want to keep saying his name, but Vucevic is really like not a good player for the type of offense we play or the type of defense we play, because he doesn't play. He only plays for his personal stats, I believe, and he's just only hindering the team. He's not benefiting the team, so we need to just get him up out of there. It's like he just standing there, no effort. It was just a bad game for Vooch, man. So in the third quarter, the Nets ended up going up by 10 points. They was really moving the ball really well, getting some good rebounds, offensive rebounds, cleaning the glass. Nick Claxton was going at Vooch because he knew that man don't play on defense. I did see the Bulls not really getting into their rhythm, what they used to playing, the rebound and run, get downhill, let's push the pace. You know, we third in pace. We one of the youngest teams in the NBA, and they just really wasn't working towards their strength, which is why the Nets got out to the lead that they got. And Cam Thomas ended up picking up a flagrant foul on Buzelis, got him around the neck. Choco didn't look intentional, but it definitely was a flagrant foul. So, you know, the Bulls go 5 minutes with 0 field goals in the third quarter until Julian Phillips breaks that by hitting the three-pointer. And then in the third quarter, we had troubles guarding both those Cams. So Cam Thomas was really having a good assist type game in that first half. Like, he had about 6 or 7 assists in the first 2 quarters. And then in the third and fourth quarter, it seemed like the coaching staff just told him, hey, man, now it's the time to shine, because he was just getting his shots off. Cam Thomas is an exceptionally well player. You know, I do feel like he a ball hog. He definitely a gun. He needs to pass the ball. But, I mean, if they work for them, that's them. But Cam Johnson, also another guy, another one of the primary ball handlers that can just shoot from anywhere on the floor. Nice mid-range, nice jump shot. You know, they both had it rolling in that third quarter, and the Bulls was getting out-rebounded 36-21. So the lack of rebounding and the lack of pace on offense and the lack of defense was really causing us to let this game slip away. You know, nobody was really creating their own shot, playmaking. The Bulls ended up going 4 for 18 in the quarter. So this is what I'm saying, is that no one is really playing to our strength, which is just rebounding and running and getting out on the break. This is why the Nets ended up going on a 10-2 run with 44 points in the paint by the time it was the third quarter. When I say there was a lack of interior defense, that is an understatement. The defense just was non-existent. I'm not sure what the game plan was, but the Bulls ended up going to the fourth quarter down 92-82. And when that fourth quarter started, we still was barely rebounding the ball. You know, I did kind of notice we started picking up the pace when we did get rebounds, when we took Vucevic out and put Zach Collins in, and he was doing his job. Kevin Huerter got down there and got some rebounds. You know, we kind of started to clean up the glass a little bit. They did play with more pace, but a lot of people was running to the three-point line and shooting too many threes instead of just getting into the paint. Like, if it's a 3-on-1, everybody should be cutting inside. Nobody should be fanning out to the three-point line. That's just stupid. Like, 3-on-1, that should be 2 points easily. Kobe White was having a really, really great game. He played exceptionally well. He had 27 points by the time it was the fourth quarter. This is his 7th straight game with 20-plus points. The Bulls ended up going on an 11-0 run. You know, Tyrese Martin still had it rolling. He ended up hitting his 5th three of the game in that fourth quarter from the corner. And the way the Bulls got back in this game is that they was playing defense without fouling. So that was a big plus on how we got back into this game. And we went straight back to the rebound and run game. You know, that's our strength. One of the youngest teams, third in pace in the NBA. Might as well work towards our strength. So the Bulls ended up fighting back to tie the game 97-97. And then after the timeout, both teams came back-to-back with lobs. They threw a lob to Claxton. We threw a lob to Phillips. And Phillips had a career-high game. He had 14 points, a career high for him. So he was playing great. Just a high-energy type player. Not really Not sure what his role really is, but I do love to see the high energy and the high effort from him. The Bulls ended up going on an 8-0 run. The matchup on the defensive end was D'Angelo Russell. He was the mismatch every time, and I love how the coaching staff kind of exploited him on the defensive end because he's not really a laterally quick guard. Kind of, he's like 6'4", 6'5", can't really move his feet really fast. And Kevin Huerter was just going at him all night, making him play defense. He ended up fouling D'Lo out, so that was another game plan, and that's what I love to see. Guys just going in, just not really care, and just play their heart out. By this time, we was up by like 8-9 points. Tyus Jones had 2 big offensive rebounds. The shortest dude on the court come up with the ball. That was a high-energy play. I love to see that. And the Nets ended up playing a foul game, and they let this game slip away. And the Bulls ended up winning. So let's get straight to the game highs. So Coby White had 31 points, 7 rebounds. Tre Jones had 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Kevin Huerter had 18 points and 9 rebounds. Cam Thomas had 24 points, 10 assists. Cam Johnson had 16 points, 6 rebounds. Nick Claxton had 18 points, 14 rebounds. And for the game grade, I'm going to get this game about a B-. I don't like the slow start. I don't like Vucevic being in that starting 5. I don't like how we had to claw our way and fight our way back into this game. There's no way that we should have been losing to the Nets. They're not better than us, I feel like. And as far as talent-wise and coaching-wise, they're not better than us. The game grade is a B-. But the Bulls did win this game because of just their resilience on rebounding. We started working to our strengths in the second half. We stopped giving up open threes. We stopped letting the people on the other end really score and get off. That will be all for my recap. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See y'all next time.